two sheriffs arrested Pink Camera Magic years ago, and she just released the two depositions, and they're going to blow your mind. In this vid, you're going to see two cops show astounding ignorance of the law. These two cops alone represent nearly 50 years of law enforcement training and tax dollars, so let's see what we get for our money.
Is it against the law to take pictures of a courthouse from outside?
No, not that I know.
Okay. Is it lawful to arrest somebody for taking pictures outside of a courthouse, of the courthouse?
No, not that I know.
Okay. Is there something
Lisa, keep your voice up, please.
Okay, sorry.
So I gotta get every word because it's on video.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this case at all?
Which case?
The case that brings us here today, that you're testifying in?
Yes.
Okay, and in a nutshell, what's the case about?
I would say that Amanda is, I guess I called you to say that she was outside videoing when she shouldn't have been. So she's saying we violated her amendment rights.
You're correct. When you say when she shouldn't have been, what does that mean? Was she doing something wrong?
Just something unusual, what us as officers would consider unusual.
Unusual, okay. Depending on where you are in the country, Mormons are unusual, right? Depending on where you are, it might be unusual to see a Mormon. Do you get to detain Mormons in those places?
I don't know. People detain Mormons.
You don't have to speak
I don't know if they detain Mormons.
Would it be lawful? Just because it's unusual?
No, I don't.
Okay. Is there something unlawful about recording outside of a building?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Let me ask you this. Was Miss doing anything illegal when she was detained?
No, I would say it was not illegal, unusual.
Okay. In order to detain somebody, what do you have to have legally? Do you know?
I do not know the law legally.
Okay.
"17-year-old high school senior Bryce Masters was driving his car on a residential street in Independence, Missouri. Timothy Runnels, a police officer with 7 years experience in law enforcement, was on patrol in the area. He ran a license plate check on Masters' car, which revealed an outstanding warrant, apparently associated with the plate. Officer Runnels then initiated a traffic stop. After both cars stopped on the side of the road, Officer Runnels approached Masters' front passenger side window and asked Masters to roll it down. Although the window was fully operable, Masters did not roll it down completely.
Roll all the way down. I can't hear you. You gotta roll all the way down. You can't hear me? Roll it all the way down. I can hear you. Roll it all the way down. For what?
Officer Runnels then walked around to the opposite side of the car, opened the front driver's side door, and ordered that Masters get out of the car. Masters refused, asking for what and whether he was under arrest. Officer Runnels never told Masters why he had been pulled over, and he never asked for Masters' driver's license, vehicle registration, or proof of insurance.
Is this one open? Yeah, what are you doing? Get out. For what? Out. Now. For what? Out. Hey, am I under arrest? Get out. Am I under arrest? No. Out. I'm gonna pull you if you don't get out. Pardon me a second. Get out. You really want to get tased right here in the middle of your car? For what? Get your ass out now. I haven't done anything, officer. I haven't done anything, officer. What? Am I under arrest? Yes. Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? Come out of the car. Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? Give me your hand. You're under arrest. For what? Yes. For what? Get your ass out of the car. All right, fine. Fuck it. Just get out. Out. What? Out right now. Out of the car.
One taser probe lodged in Masters' chest while the other lodged in his abdomen, and the taser began to shock Masters. Masters was nevertheless able to move, get out of the car, and lie face down on the asphalt, where he fell unconscious. Officer Runnels knelt down, released the trigger, and handcuffed Masters' hands behind his back.
For what?
Alright, fine, fuck it, just get out.
For what?
Out right now.
For what?
Alright, fine, fuck it, just get out.
For what?
Out right now. Out of the car. Taser deployment. On the ground. Out of the car, on the ground. On the ground. Ah! I told you! Hands behind your back. 10-19. Put your hands behind your back.
Officer Runnels kept the taser trigger engaged from the time he initially fired the taser until he knelt down to handcuff Masters. In the lawsuit, the parties agreed that the continuous taser discharge lasted at least 20 seconds, the equivalent of 4 cycles of the taser. During the taser discharge, Masters complied with all of Officer Runnels' commands until he fell unconscious.
Stand up. Walk. You don't like to play by the rules, do you?
Officer Runnels dropped Masters face first onto the concrete, fracturing 4 teeth and causing abrasions to Masters' forehead, as well as a laceration on his chin. In addition, the taser discharge had disrupted Masters' heartbeat, causing Masters to suffer a convulsion due to a lack of oxygenated blood flowing to his brain 34 seconds after Officer Runnels fired the taser.
You want to sit up? Huh? You want to sit up? Bryce. You better sit up. I don't play games. You just gonna lay there on your side? Yes? Huh? That's fine. You ready to sit up now? I've been tased a dozen times. He doesn't act like that. He doesn't want to sit up, so I figure I'm not going to make him until ambulance gets here. And then I just walked him over here, and he started doing this.
Where you fall and hit his chin?
He went limp on me, so I told him I was going to sit him down, so...
Try to fight?
Yeah, he tried to fight me in the car.
He's turning blue on us, it looks like.
Yeah, he's turning blue.
You breathing at all?
I don't think so.
Oh, wow, guys. Hey, get fired, right, would you?
By the time medical responders arrived, Masters had been in cardiac arrest for more than 7 minutes without CPR. He had already turned blue by the time CPR had begun.
How long was he down, guys? He was down before you guys got here, maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Maybe. All right. For a fucking dime sack of weed, you motherfucker!
Put that in your pocket. Do not let your eyes off of that.
Video the whole thing.
Right, you alright?
Fuck you!
We'll wait on your force, alright? Who fucking arrested? Who tased him? The fucking window! You got yourself on, man.
No!
Hey, I'm not even don't fucking touch
Get my fucking badge.
Don't fucking touch it. Walk down.
Who tased him? I want to know. You?
Why don't you step over there and calm down?
You tased him, didn't you?
Why don't you step over there and calm down?
Go with your husband. You need to go.
Can I go with you? I don't know.
Well, talking to Bryce's friends, it is clear they are very much still in shock and left with a lot of questions.
They turned him over and he was just blue. I mean, how do you not know somebody's sitting there not breathing?
Masters' friends still wonder why the officer felt he had to use it.
I know he's not like a tough kid. He don't act tough. There's no way there was a struggle. I just know Bryce.
Like anybody can hope for now is just that he gets better.
Bryce Masters wasn't breathing when paramedics arrived on the scene back in September. Tonight, his family says he's making progress, but he's still in therapy and rehab for problems caused by oxygen deprivation. The teen also suffered a dislocated jaw and 5 fractured teeth. He has not been able to return to Truman High School, where he's a junior. No word yet on when he'll be able to go back to school.
Bryce Masters suffered hypoxia and anoxic brain injury as a result of his cardiac arrest. A defibrillator was used on Masters before he was taken to a hospital. Medical staff there cooled down his body to minimize brain injury. Remarkably, he survived, regained consciousness, and began the slow, painful recovery that continues to this day.